Well, hello there. Another day on the horizon. Another day and we're still here. Coronavirus and all. I saw a little bit of news while Trump is going around saying the children are not practically immune to it or practically don't get it or whatever he meant. That was a lie. That's a total lie. Up until July 1st, there was 40,000 children with the coronavirus. And since then, there's now 75,000 across America. That's just America now. John Baxter here to entertain you. Try to entertain you. You're such a beautiful audience. I tell you, I am so out of I don't know, I'm so what? I'm so newfangled or whatever you call it, that your loyalty is just, it's amazing. I didn't think I'd last a week. I said April 2nd, I'm going to give it a try. I've been to brush up and I was totally stale, I want you to know, totally. I'm getting better. I know I am because I do play it now. This is my 133 days in a row. I'm doing this now. And I think I'm going to start out with the Fields of Athenry. And today I'm going to do some American music for you because yesterday they were all Irish. And okay. The Fields of Athenry, ladies and gentlemen, John Baxter here in Rockaway, having the time of his life, entertaining you. And I am not entertaining you. You are entertaining me. You are teaching me a lesson. And I love it, every second of it, because you're so good. You just keep tuning into me, and that's what counts. Ladies and gentlemen, John Baxter here. The Fields of Athenry. I guess you would call it a rebel song, because it's one of the bad scenes that the Irish have with the English. And you know what, folks? There's no need for all of this. There is no need for this. Someday we will live in a unified world. Someday. Right now, I'm attempting to write a world anthem for every country on earth. Togetherness, love, happiness, that's what it should be all about. There's too much hatred, there's too much spite, too much evil. There's no need for it. None. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl call. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they put me down. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love is on the wing, we had dreams of songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbour wall, she watched the last star falling. As the prison ship sails out against the sky, for she lived and hopes and prayed for a love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love is on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. The fields of Athenry. One of my most favorite country singers of all times was, of course, Hank Williams, and it's a toss-up between him and Jimmy Rogers. Now, Jimmy Rogers was before Hank Williams, when they didn't have such beautiful recording equipment. And I want to tell you something. He was the last that I can recall of the yodelers in country music. I don't think there was anybody like him before or after when it came to yodeling. He was the king of it. And it's so bad that they didn't have good equipment to record this guy. They did record some of his songs, no doubt. But later on in years, you know what I mean? Here's one of them. I packed my grip for a farewell trip. Kiss Susie Jane goodbye at the fountain. I'm gone, says I, to the land of the sky, way out on the mountain, where the wild sheep goes and the buffalo low, and the squares are so many you can count them. And I'll make love to some turtle dove way out on the mountain. Odie-ole, odie-ole, I'll get it, don't worry. coming. Where the north wind blows and we're gonna have snow, and the rain and the hail comes a bouncing. I'll wrap myself in a grizzly back coat, way out on the mountain. Oh, I'm gonna get that. It ain't gonna get the better of me. Where the snakes are vile and the zebras wild, and the beavers paddle on walking canes, then I send my boots where the buffalo hide, way out on the mountain. Oh-dee-oh-lee, 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 dee-oh-lee, oh-lee. Almost right. Where the whippoorwills sing me to sleep at night, and the eagles roost on the rocks of Spontaine. I'll feast on the bees and the honey so sweet, way out on the mountain. Oh-dee-oh-lee, 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 dee-oh-lee, oh-lee. Way out on the mountain, Jimmy Rogers. I used to do that 60 years ago when I could do it. But I'm going to get it back. I'm not worried at all about it. You know, if at first you don't succeed, try the outfield. It'll all come back. John Baxter here, ladies and gentlemen, and what do we got here now? I'm going to mix them up today, folks. You know, this is the beauty part about doing this. There's nobody to tell you what to do, when to do it, or how to do it. You're responsible for your own making here. Nobody to blame. You're the only one on the set. The only one. So whatever happens, it's me that takes the rap. But I hope that I'm entertaining you a wee bit at least. And we move on here with the song called The Rising of the Moon. You know what that is? That was a signal for the IRA fighters that they spread out before. First of all, they knew with their meetings beforehand. That was the code for where to meet, what to do, what to bring, and be prepared to die. That's the way it was, folks. That's the way it's been in Ireland for 800 years. 800 years, folks. It's been like that. Yeah. The world did not know. Tell me, Sean O'Farley, tell me why you hurry so. I hush my woe, well hush, and Lissy's cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon, and your pipes must be together by the rising of the moon. by the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. And your pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. Oh, come tell me, Sean O'Farley, where the gathering used to be. In the old spot by the river, quite well known to you and me. One word more for signal token, whistle out the marching tune. With your pipes upon your shoulders at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. With your pikes upon your shoulders at the rising of the moon. Pikes were something like a small cannon. It carried its shoulder. Out from many a one-walled cabin, eyes were watching through the night, and many a heart was beating for the blessed morning light. Farmers run along the valley to the banshee's lonely croon, and 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. And 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. All along the shining river that black mass of men was seen. High above the shining weapons flow the beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, whistle out the marching tune. And our army boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. To the rising of the moon, to the rising of the moon. And our army boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. To the rising of the moon, to the rising of the moon. And our army boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. I hope you got a little sense of what is happening here. The rising of the moon, that was the signal they got at the meeting when they had planning this whole thing. And that was, they knew where to go and they knew what to do. And by the time the moon rose, there was 1,000 of them already. And many of them never came back. They sacrificed them. Dad, this is what they've been doing in Ireland. Can you imagine? 800 years. Nobody would believe this. It's hard to imagine, right? But it's true, folks. Oh, you know, one of my favorite country singers was Patsy Cline. And I'm going to try to do one of hers. I did say try, right? I hope you folks are... Oh, you know what? Let me tell you a little joke first about Paddy McCoy. He was a small farmer in Ireland. And now they have people that look over the farm, like an agency that looks out for, I don't know what it's called, I should know, but I don't. They look out for the farm workers. Oh, they're organized in Ireland like never before, even the farms. In other words, you cannot abuse a farm hand or a farm maid or anybody. You really got to treat them good. So somebody put in a complaint about it, and the inspectors show up at the house, and they say, "Okay, Paddy, tell me about your help." "Well, I only got 3, he says. "I got a farm hand, which I paid €300 a week to. He's got free room on board, and he works 8 hours a day. And I got the maid. She gets €190 a week. She washes the dishes, washes the clothes, and she works 8 hours a day, and she gets €190 a week. And then there's the half-wit. He works 15 hours a week, does 95% of the work. But as a bonus, we give him a bottle of Irish whiskey every week. And occasionally, he gets to sleep with my wife. The guy said, that's disgusting. Let me talk to the half-wit right now. Okay, says Paddy. That'll be me then. Ah, yeah. I go out walking after midnight. Patsy Cline. John Baxter here, doing the best I can to entertain you. And I'm going to do, but I better not say it because I'll probably forget it. Walking after midnight out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk a mile along the highway, well that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the night turns gloomy, night wind whispered to me, I'm as lonesome as I can be. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. Ole, ole, oh, honey, ole, honey, ole, ole, ole. I walk a mile along the highway, well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the sky turns gloomy, night wind whispered to me, I'm as lonesome as I can be. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. That yodeling is thrown in by me. She doesn't yodel. I loved her. She was such a beautiful person on top of everything. That's what we get, folks. We get good people. Oh, you know what? That's what I wanted to tell you before. I wrote it down. I'm going to do a little song for you that I did many, many years ago. I'll tell you the history of it. We got a little park on 116th Street. It's down by the bay, right across from Duane Reade. And incidentally, Duane Reade is built in the center of the street, believe it or not, because it's the last block on the on 116th Street. They do a lot of crazy things in Rockaway, folks, and that was one of them. It's a violation of the Coastal Zone Management Act of 1972, but nobody says nothing, nobody. But anyway, this little park was all overgrown with grass and, debris washed up from the bay. It's right on the bay. And it was a total disgusting place. So we kept on it for, at least 10 years, going way back 40, 50 years ago. And finally the city came and made a beautiful park. It's the most gorgeous looking thing you ever laid eyes on. It's beautiful. And you're right there on the bay, and you can see nothing but water. If it's a square, you see four sides of water, It's just beautiful. So I wrote this song about this girl that used to go down by the water every night, and she just lamented about her boyfriend, and she talked to herself about it and all that. And the guy tried to help her. He couldn't help her. Couldn't do anything for her. She wouldn't talk. She wouldn't even talk to him, and he wound up falling in love with her. But she walked away from him like he was. Anyway, here's the way the song goes. Shadows get longer, the sun's going down. The water is silent, there's no one around. She don't even see me, she gives me a sigh. Oh, where have you gone, oh true love of mine? She stood by the shore of Jamaica Bay shore. Wouldn't you know it? Sun shining bright on the clothes that she wore, looking out on the water, her dark golden hair. In silence she stood there, so graceful and fair. The shadows get longer, the sun's going down. The water is silent, there's no one around. She don't even see me, she gives a great sigh. Oh, where have you gone, oh true love of mine? It was there at the spot where our love sailed away, and he promised to come back, be married someday. Now all she has left is the hope she has found. Another day gone and the sun's going down. The shadows get longer, the sun's going down. The water is silent, there's no one around. She don't even see me, she gives a great sigh. Oh, where have you gone, oh true love of mine? Now every evening she waits by the shore, longing to see her, I hope and I pray. But no sign of my beauty ever graces the shore. For my golden hair, sweetheart, I'll wait evermore. The shadows get longer, the sun's going down. The water is silent, there's no one around. She don't even see me, she gives a great sigh. Oh, where have you gone, oh true love of mine? Oh, where have you gone, oh true love of mine? Do-you-lay, oh, do-you-lay, 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 oh, do-you-lay, do-you-lay, oh, do-you-lay, oh-lay, oh, do-you-lay. I messed that one up, but the next time I do it, I'm going to do it right. I forgot some of the words, you know, I wrecked my brain trying to remember the words. I thought I had them. I do, but I didn't have them in my bag of tricks in my file, so to speak. So it just got lost in the shuffle. But look, we'll revive it and we'll try to do a better job the next time. And here is another one I wrote years ago. Oh yeah, my granddaughter came over the other day and taught me how to put these songs on YouTube. I wasn't doing that because I don't know how. And now I can do it, so I'm going to be putting them on YouTube every time I finish one here. I did about 3 already, and believe it or not, it's easier than I thought it would be. Here's one I wrote about the wealthy people getting everything. See? We see it every day. We see it in this stimulus bill, the first one they had. Imagine. The greedy, I hate to see it, the greedy pigs give most of it to the wealthy. The wealthy don't need it. They never made so much money in their life as they're making now. While the poor people are suffering in the working class, the blue-collar worker that keeps America going, he gets left out in the cold. What is it, 55 million got laid off? And then they got the nerve to say, if we give them $600 a week, they won't go back to work. Go back to work where? There are no jobs. The restaurants are closing down, gone, lost forever, gone, never return. You got a mess on your hands, folks. I don't know what world these Republicans are living in. If you give them $600 a week, they'll never go back to work. Mitch McConnell. Turtle-faced Mitch McConnell. Mitch, where are they going to go back to work? Where are they going to find a job? The jobs they were working on are gone. The restaurants are closed. The landlords, they couldn't possibly pay all the rent for the times that they were closed. So the landlords take the property back from them, or the rights to be in his property. What's wrong with you, anyway? What kind of thinking is this coming from the people that we're supposed to get our cues from to survive at all? This is the kind of language they give you. Oh, they're not going to go to work if you give them $600 a week. You effing idiot. Wake the hell up already. Who do you turn to in this day and age? And who's gonna take all the blame? The poor is getting poorer and the rich getting richer. Politicians, they haven't any shame. Don't give the wealthy my hard-earned money, a bonus to corrupt CEO. Stop all the wars that we have overseas, cause we don't know who's friend or his foe. Oodalay, oodalay, oodalay. I can't pay my mortgage, I can't pay my rent, I can't find a job, unemployment's run out. There's nowhere to turn to or nowhere to go. I'm going up on the rooftop and shout. Don't give the wealthy my hard-earned money, or bonus to corrupt CEO. Stop all the wars that we have overseas, cause we don't know who is friend or is foe. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. The time has now come for all to speak out. Speak out loud without fear. Stay on the rooftop till our demands are met. Insist that the wealthy pay their share. Don't give the wealthy my hard-earned money, or bonus to corrupt CEO. Stop all the wars that we have overseas, cause we don't know who is friend or is foe. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Don't give the wealthy my hard-earned money. What else was I going to do here? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, John Baxter here, trying to entertain you, doing the best I can. I'm going to do another American folk song. I call it American folk song. It's called Delta Dawn. What's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose of days gone by? Yeah, another girl that got lost in a love affair and just couldn't get over it. It's, I don't know. It's kind of sad, really. But look, it's life. This is what we're dealing with. We gotta handle it, right, folks? Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose of days gone by? And did I hear him say he was meeting you here today to take you to his mansion on the sky? She's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby. All the neighbors around Bronzeville, she's crazy, 'cause she walks downtown with a suitcase in her hand, looking for a dark-haired, mysterious man. In her younger days, they called her Delta Dawn, prettiest woman you ever laid eyes on. But a man of low degree stood by her side, and he promised her he'd take her for his bride. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose of days gone by? And did I hear him say he was meeting you here today to take you to his mansion in the sky? Don't believe any guy when he tells you he has a mansion in the sky. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose of days gone by? And did I hear him say he was meeting you here today to take you to his mansion in the sky? Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose of days gone by? And did I hear him say he was meeting you here today to take you to his mansion in the sky? Yodelay, 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 yodelay. You don't have to do the yodeling, leave it out. That's something I throw in there. I don't know if it's going over, it's not going over. If it's not going over, let me know, folks. Very easy to abandon. Yeah. John Baxter. What do we got here? Oh yeah, I like this one somehow. Oh, wait a minute. I only got half of it. What happened to the other half? John, wake up. You can't get the show on the road like this. It's a good thing you're on your own, or you'd be booted out already. You can't have dead wood like this going around. No way. It's not passable. It won't last. I'll have to kick myself out in the end. Here we go, folks. We're going to do this one. It's I'll Give You a Daisy a Day. Kind of sad, this song, in a way. And when try, I just got a signal on my phone. I'm trying to disconnect. Can you imagine that? Where did that come from? Yesterday was an unbelievable day. I had 6 phone. I swear to you, I never get a phone call. I mean, I get phone calls, but to get 6 of them in about 15 minutes flat, as soon as I went on, I just kept deleting, delete. I just reach over and delete it. You know what I mean? So it disrupts the song a bit, quite a bit. But anyway, and then I had a repairman coming to fix my washing machine. And what do you think he did? He comes right in and my dog starts barking, and my friend was here and she let him down the basement to fix the machine. And I told him, I said, listen, if you have a guitar, you can sit down here with me. This is the way we do things. We just, like, we're not on the internet at all. You know, we're normal here. We think we're normal. But anyway, so we think we're normal. And anyway, he finished the washing machine. And he comes up again and starts talking to me. Oh, I said, God, doesn't this guy see that I'm sitting on a chair, looking at music, talking into a cell phone? But what are you going to do, folks? This is life. I got a bigger kick out of this myself. When I wasn't angry, believe me, I was not. Anyway, this poor guy, the story goes, well, the story is self-explanatory, but later on, he's walking down the street as if she's with him. She was dead. She had died, and he makes believe that she's still there. You can't make these things up. Although somebody did, they wrote a song about it. And usually songs are written from life experiences. Now there's probably guys, I'm sure there are, that lost their wives and they convinced themselves they're still here. It's kind of sad, isn't it? But you know what? That's the way life is. Here's the way the song goes. He remembers the first time he met her. He remembers the first thing she said. He remembers the first time he held her, and the night that she came to his bed. He remembers her sweet way of singing, honey, has something gone wrong? He remembers the fun and the teasing, and the reason he wrote her this song. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day. I love you until the rivers run still and the four winds we know blow away. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. They would walk down the street in the evening, and for years I would see them walk by. And the love that was there with clothes on the wall could be seen in the gleam in their eyes. As a kid they would take me for candy, and I loved to go tagging along. We'd hold hands while he walked to the corner, and the old man would sing her his song. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day. I love you until the rivers run still and the four winds we know blow away. Now he walks down the street in the evening and he stops by the old candy store, and I somehow believe he's believing. He's holding her hand like before, for he feels all our love walking with him, and he smiles at the things she might say. The old man walks up to the hilltops and he gives her a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day. I love you until the rivers run still and the four winds we know blow away. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Now he walks down the street in the evening and he stops by the old candy store, and I somehow believe he's believing. He's holding her hand like before, or he feels all our love walking with him, and he smiles at the things she might say. Then the old man walks up to the hilltop and he gives her a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll give you a daisy a day. I love you until the rivers run still and the four winds we know blow away. I love you until the rivers run still and the four winds we know blow away. Isn't that a sad song? Yeah, what are you going to do, folks? You got to sing the sad ones too, you know. They're somehow inspiring in a way. I don't see anything wrong with singing a sad song. All musicians write sad songs. They usually write them about themselves, and most of the time they're good, they're truthful. I think that the truth comes out in music. There's something magical about music. This, I've been playing it for, I would say, 75 years maybe, or around that time. I'm self-taught, of course. You know, somebody gave me a guitar in the old country that was probably, who knows, maybe it was a valuable guitar, I don't know, but I had a terrible time tuning it. And then an old farmer came over and he says, "Give me that, lad. I'll tune your guitar for you." And he tuned it up, 1, 2, 3, bing, bang, bum. Now he says, "Give me a song. Give me a rebel song." "What are you talking about?" I said, "A rebel song." I was what, 75 and 8 years old at the time, so I didn't know any rebel songs. They didn't tell us about the IRA till we were a little older. Maybe starting at 12 years old, we learned about the IRA and the troubles in Ireland. With the exception of the British raiding Irish homes now and again, our home in my time was never raided, thank God, you know. Because you know why? They used to use our lands. They used to cross our lands, the English troops. County Fermanagh was right next to County Cavan, and County Fermanagh is one of the 6 northern counties controlled by the British. And I guess they figured, you know what, leave these people alone. And they did. This is one old time, it's not that old, but it's old. Woody Guthrie. This land is your land. This land is my land. Here we go. This land is my land. Actually, the right title is This Land is Your Land. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Leave out the yodeling, you don't need it. Don't think that you have to do it because I do it. And if you never heard the song before, I don't want that, there's yodeling. No, I put the yodeling into it. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that open skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of our diamond deserts. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling. A voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. When the sun was shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, a voice came chanting as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. John Baxter here entertaining you, or making a fool of myself, I don't know which. But anyway, I enjoy it. And if I can make you laugh, that's all I need. No matter whether you laugh with me or laugh at me, I don't care. As long as you can laugh. Laughter is medication. It's the best medication that was ever. It's put in us. We're born with it because it's one way of expressing yourself, that you like everything around you. I forgot to tell you about me book. This is a book written by John Joe Baxter. That's my name, John Joe Baxter. I looked on the internet. No, I didn't. Somebody that's got more knowledge of the internet than I do looked at it, and she says, John, there's so many John Baxters, you have to. I says, okay, then I'll go back to my original name. My name in Ireland was John Joe Baxter. And that's what it's going to be now, because I'm advertising me book that I wrote about growing up on the farm in Ireland in the 40s and 50s. No electricity, no running water, no bathrooms in the house. We had to go out behind the barn, even in the middle of the night, even in winter time. That was what they did. That was the custom, folks. Sometimes they kept a pot with water in the room. Hey, look, these are not shameful things. That's the way we lived. That's the way everybody lived. I lived that way till I was 18 years old, 17 years old, when I went to Dublin to get my passport to come to America. I never saw electricity. There was still no electricity in my house, and that was 1954. Okay? So I hope let me see. Oh yeah, God Almighty. I got a flashback. I thought I was holding it upside down. I thought I was Donald Trump with the Bible. No, it's John Baxter with From the Mountains of Munla. The history of growing up on the farm. And if you get the book from Infinity Publishing, Infinity, Infinity, there's a CD along with the book with 20 original songs, all about the farms and going to the creamery with the milk and milking the cows, feeding the horses and the pigs and you name it, everything else. Cutting the turf, mowing the hay, cutting the grass for hay, and winning the hay, they called it in Ireland, winning the turf and the corn also. You cut the corn down with a scythe, S-Y-T-H-E. Okay, folks, and that's John Baxter here in Rockaway Beach, Queens, New York. And I can't wait till tomorrow to do another hour for you. How's that? You know why? You're the greatest. You really are. And you know what? Once in a while I do this song, and I'm going to do it for you all now, because I picked this song out. I didn't write this song. As a matter of fact, I don't even know who wrote it. I'm going to end with this song. I always thought you were the best. I guess I always will. I always felt that we were blessed, and I feel that way still. Sometimes we took the hard road, but we always saw it through. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be you. Sometimes the world was on our side, sometimes it wasn't fair. Sometimes we lend a helping hand, sometimes we got together. It made the dream come true. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be someone who understands me and knows me inside out. Help me keep together and believe without a doubt that I couldn't move a mountain, someone to tell it to. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be you. And when we got together, it made the dream come true. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be you. Someone who understands me and knows me inside out. Help me keep together and believe without a doubt that I couldn't move a mountain, someone to tell it to. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be you. If I had only one friend left, I'd want it to be you. See you tomorrow, folks. You are the best.